Welcome back, everybody. It is the Working Brother back at you with another talk, and this time we've got Alex Gray. Alex, welcome to the show. How are you doing?
Good. Thanks for having me. Hello, everybody.
Excellent. Since it's your first time here, I have to tell you, this is a comedy show. Nothing we say here has anything to do with reality. This is the 200th episode, believe it or not. I can barely believe it. You're welcome. You're like the best possible gift I could have for the 200th episode. You're dressed kind of like I'm dressed, but I'm dressed for comedic effect. You're dressed a little more seriously than I am. Do you want to tell people who you are and what your story is?
Yeah, sure. I mean, to make it quick and fast, I guess a quick intro. My name's Alex Gray. Right now, I'm serving in the Russian Army in a training camp currently, waiting for deployment to the SVO zone. And yeah, I'm in my tent right now.
You have a very distinct, not Russian accent. Do you want to tell people a bit about yourself?
Oh yeah, no. So I'm from the United States. Basically, I used to work at Cisco, and kind of the last straw. It's obviously you don't just decide. Well, most people I think don't just decide like from nowhere that you're gonna go to Russia and serve in the Russian army. But the last straw for me was when I got fired from Cisco, like really quickly after I took a trip to visit Russia. And it was, of course, not for that reason, but more or less it was for that reason. So I made them, they didn't want to give me any severance package, but I was tracking my performance for a long time. And I was a very like high performing employee, one of the best on my team. And I basically threatened them with legal action. I made them give me a severance. Then I sold all my things and decided I was going to start a new life in Russia. And I wanted the foundation of that to be military service.
So are you ever planning to go back to the States? Like, is that even an option?
I think technically I haven't done anything illegal. I'm not a lawyer. I've had some success in the legal realm in various ways, but I think technically I didn't do anything illegal. But you know, the USA is crazy lately. I don't have necessarily any plans to go back, but maybe in like 10 or 20 years, depending how things go or something to visit. I don't know, but as it is now, I don't really have any plans to go back. I don't want to find out anytime soon. I'm not gonna
yeah, the way things are looking stateside, it's not that appealing, basically. I was gonna introduce some origin story. I wanted to pop this little gem from March 18th, 2023. I've got the video saved here. It's Balaclava dude translated from Putinger. Do you want to play this? Do you want me to play this video and like refresh everyone's memory as to what motivated you? And
yeah, sure. Yeah, it's a good video. A good thing made there.
Citizen of the United States. This is a message for all Russian patriots. Many people will troll me for concealing my identity. I'm not ashamed of my views, however, everyone knows what cancel culture is in the United States. Big Brother already knows who I am, but at least the general public and my employer will not. I'm already monitored on some level, but I don't do anything illegal, so I have nothing to hide. Still, the concern about being mistreated or dismissed from work for other reasons if you go against the narrative is real. Now that the disclaimer's out of the way, back to addressing my Russian brothers and sisters. There are a few points I want to elaborate on, but the main point is this. I understand if you hate America, and you probably should. However, I assure you that some of us here are still normal, so try not to hate every single one of us. We hate our government as much as you do. I know that we may be a small number, but I speak not only for myself.
I remember when I saw this the first time, I was laughing my ass off, man.
We know that the lies of the Ukrainian and Western governments about this operation are at an unprecedented scale. From the Snake Island bombing, where everyone heroically died, to the Ghost and Reaper of Kyiv, we have been watching, and we will not forget the disgusting lies. It must be day 400 since Russia has been 3 days away from running out of everything everywhere and collapsing. Unfortunately, many Americans are so ignorant they only need to hear something once before they go about spreading it as if it is an undeniable fact to all their zombie friends and families. But we see through the systemic spreading of garbage falsities. Many of us know that Putin is not a crazy old man trying to bring back the Russian Empire. That little piglet, Lindsey Graham, is always claiming Putin said this, but we know that the senator is lying. Lindsey, you can take your ass to the front and fight in Ukraine if you want.
Speaking of Lindsey, did you know that, like, I don't know how much you're, like, following international news, but Lindsey most recently threatened to, like, put sanctions on Canada and Holland and France and Germany if they arrest Netanyahu for his international criminal warrant thing. It's hilarious.
That's I can't stand that double-edged hypocrisy. It's like a huge reason why I left. They drive me crazy. And him specifically, oh, these Ukrainians, they're gonna fight till the end for us. I hate that fucking guy.
He's hilarious. He's like a walking meme, basically. Should we continue with this message of yours? Although there's another like 4 or 5 minutes of it. Maybe we'll play it at the end or something. So you sent some pictures along, and you sent like a collection that I called private and a collection that I called camp. Which one? You probably know which two I'm referring to. Do you wanna go through the camp ones, maybe, considering the atmosphere you're in now?
Sure. Let's do it.
Let's see here. All right. This big screen. Is this pizza? This looks like pizza.
Yeah, it's like an Ossetin style pizza. It's not like a U.S. pizza, but I like it. It's really
like
good.
a pie. It's like a pie. It's like multi-layered. I see that now.
Pirjok, yeah.
All right, interesting. And this is?
That's actually, so they came to our Polygon. Polygon is like the training ground. A bunch of, I don't know, it was like news and volunteers, and they came and they gave, actually, that's a pair of socks I have there. Then that's Misha, like the talisman, the good luck charm here. So they gave me that. That's cool. I actually have those socks on right now. They're really warm. So thank you to whoever made it. I think it was probably a babushka. It's really cool.
Excellent. So, you're saying that the Russian society is going to collapse because nobody supports the special military operation. That's what I just heard from you.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Right? If we were on CNN, that would be like the conclusion. And this basically is showing me that like Russians are poor. Oh, what? My camera just died? How did that happen? The Russians have no sources of heating. That's what I'm seeing here.
Yes, exactly. Every single place. It's many people don't even have this. Of course, no. Yeah, just kidding. That's in a mock trench there.
Hold on, we've got some. Why don't you tell us about this cat? While I try and fix this. Oh, there we go. I'm back. This new software is bugging out. Is this the same cat that you've got in the tent with you now?
Yeah, she's actually been sleeping with me for the better part of a week, probably more than a week now. There's two of them in our tent that are here all the time, and they've really taken to me. They're really, really nice, friendly cats. Best friends, soldiers' best friends to keep the rats away.
Yeah, I bet that is a helpful bonus of a cat. Plus, it keeps you warm. This is Russian ramen.
Yeah, dosharak. Yeah.
I have to ask, considering we were on noodles, have you seen any North Koreans?
No, not here. I haven't seen them. I don't know where they are. Maybe they're here, maybe they're not. I don't know. This
is a North Korean hat, officially. Like, it's actually a North Korean officer's hat that a friend of mine got me a while back. Warda, shout out to Warda. So yeah, no North Koreans that you've run into. All right, that's dismissed. This is the picture that you sent me that I posted as a teaser to this episode. How do you find the food and generally everything, like the quality of life for the soldiers there?
Well, so I'm not actually at the front yet, so I can't speak on that. But here in this training camp, I mean, of course, they feed us 3 times a day. A lot of Grechka, potatoes, sometimes chicken, sometimes beef. Normally there's like some kind of snack to go with tea. Each meal has tea. But then they have a store that comes too. So the noodles I buy from the store comes to the camp each day, and you can buy different sweets and treats and things like that. Chocolate bars, energy drinks.
So it's like a truck store, basically, like a mobile store. Excellent.
Yeah.
What do you got here?
That's the AK-12 right there.
AK-12, and it's obviously the military one with the automat and the not automat options. Does it have burst fire, or does it not have burst fire?
Yeah, 2-round burst. So the top is automat, and then you have 2-round burst, and then semi-automatic there.
Oh, right. It's got 3 notches. I just realized. Nice. Have you had military training before you went to Russia?
No, but just being the typical American, of course, my household had more guns than people in it. But other than that, no formal training.
You can say typical American, but like typical American has degraded since that was so like maybe what used to be a typical American. You want to where in the States did you say you're from?
I grew up in Maryland, but I lived 4 years in North Carolina while I was working for Cisco, but always on the East Coast.
And is North Carolina is what's it called? Open carry?
They have open carry, yeah, I think, and I had a concealed carry license there. I had to go to a little bit of a training, and I had the concealed carry.
All right, that gives people an inclination of how interested in guns you were before you went there. Yeah, basically, these I'm guessing are comms. Are they Chinese?
Well, there's a lot of Chinese radios here. That there particularly is a drone detector to detect it can detect like Mavics, FPV drones, and things like that, and kind of just makes it up on the drone nearby.
And how far away, like, range can it detect? Like, and is it detecting the drone, or is it detecting the controller, the operator?
So it's basically detecting the drone. That one right there in ideal conditions is probably about 1.5 kilometers. If you're in an open field, it's going to be less than that if there's bad weather or if you're in like an urban environment. So I'd say probably about 0.5 kilometer to 1 kilometer effective range.
And a little more full disclosure, you're actually a longtime subscriber of mine, and you actually went there via Ludmilla. We've got pictures there, and you actually used to correspond with Texas, who I know, so we've got pictures of that as well. But I didn't know you were that into drones. Were you into drones before you went to Russia, or is that just a part of modern warfare, haha, so to say?
Yeah, so funny thing about that is, look, here's the cat. She loves me.
Oh, what's up? Anyway. Hold on, let me put you full screen. There you go.
She loves me. She's always around. Oh, I'm trying to show her. There she is. But no. So funny story about the drone thing. My dad always loved kind of RC things, and he loved flying objects, but he sucked at flying. He would always crash everything. But I was good at flying them. I only ever had a Mavic. A Phantom, the DJI Phantom. I don't know, 6-7 years ago, I made a video of my city. I used to make beats, and I made a beat, and I made a video of my city with the drone, but never flew FPV before. I always wanted to fly FPV, but I just never spent the money to make the kit. So...
Subscribers will know I've been flying for the past 8 years, and I might have also shared that with you. But the point is, I want to take a little break for a sentence and a half and just thank everybody who's bought me a coffee so far. Everybody who wants to buy me a coffee, links in the description. Also, I'll leave a link to Alex's Telegram channel where you can find stuff which he posts regularly. We're about 14 minutes in, and I'm guessing your battery's at about 25% right about now.
Yeah, 23. Yep.
All right, so we've got maybe another 15-20 minutes of this session because we are limited. I'm gonna get back to this, and we're gonna get back to the picture slideshow that you sent along. So this is a scanner, I'm guessing.
Yeah, frequency analyzer. Yeah. Yeah, that basically... Say again?
Go on. No, go on, go on.
Oh, I was just going to say that analyzes a wide range of frequencies, and you can use it to for a lot of things. It can detect drones as well, like the drone detector, but it's obviously a more detailed view there. It can also pick up radio signals. You could do, like, for instance, if you were in a position and you knew the U-crops were not far away and you knew they were using REB, which is the electronic warfare, and then it turns off. You always see that the REB is very strong signal, and then it turns off. Maybe they're going to fly their drones. You could try to see what frequencies they're using for communication, and also just the typical long range, short range drones. You can try to pick up with that device. So I bought that as a part of my kit just to train with while I'm here to try to get used to it and see. I don't know how effective it'll be at the front. It's a little bit slow in the scanning, but it's an interesting device.
And you bought it in Russia, I'm guessing, yeah?
Yeah, I used Ozone, actually, and got it delivered here to this, not to this camp. I had somebody go pick it up for me, but nearby to the camp. So it's like the Russian Amazon.
Originally, when you sent these photos, I was going to say we should take out these frequencies, but as you said, they're basically commonly used civilian frequencies for civilian drones. But I wanted to draw attention to the fact that this is at 1.2 gig, which is like, oh, you long-range little sneaky bastards.
Yeah.
That's borderline illegal for civilian, the 1.2. Those who know. This is you in gear with a nice knife. What's this knife?
It's just something. Actually, that's I think that's like a bayonet knife. They give that to you when you stand guard here. So I was on guard duty at that time and just had it in my vest, just tucked into an ammo.
Excellent. And that's Kitty. These are comrades.
Those two guys, actually, it's funny. Those two guys are not concerts, but they're the young guys that are doing the mandatory 1 year service in Russia. And every time I run into them, somebody's super interested just because I'm from USA, and they always want to take a picture. So shout out to those guys.
This is the setup. Your FPV goggles. You've got two antennas. What frequencies are you flying here?
Those are the 5 gig. It's 5 gig on there, and that's for the video. And same frequency, just two different types of antennas, and we translate that to that 1.2.
You look uncannily like that guy in the video from the
That might be me.
Yeah, uncanny, the resemblance. And I think, oh no, there's a few more. Oh, there's the drone. So this is training, yeah?
Yeah, that's just a training drone we get given to us here.
For the geeks, you want to tell us all the specs?
So it's using the what is it? That's 2 4-cell batteries on there. I'm pretty sure it's wired, and if I'm not mistaken, it's going to be in parallel there. That we wire that in. So just your typical FPV there, using your typical controller. Has the. Do you know
how many kV the motors are? Like, out of curiosity, like off the top of your head? Because I'm interested in how much more heavy duty they are and or efficient than when I last used to fly 2-3 years ago. And how do you get it to carry like 4 to 6 to 8 kilos? How many kilos is like the usual shell, that you're carrying with you?
Probably about that. Probably about 4 to 8 kilograms. I don't know the KV rating off the top of my head, but you probably get about 15 minutes flight time, 10 to 15 minutes flight time. We have the bigger battery for that reason, wired into parallel. When I'm flying there without any weight, I'm almost never pulling even 10 amps. I think that would obviously go up much higher when you attach the weight to it. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say it's something that I've been curious about, but considering now we have this connection, I will be definitely checking up with you off camera later, so you can tell me what those numbers are, because I've been wondering for a long time. You got 2 bullets here.
Yes. Yep, one's going to be the 5.54. Actually, don't even quote me on this. It's bad. I should know better. But one is the 5.54 for the AK-12. I think actually, hold on, let me see something real quick. One second.
While you do that, I'm gonna go back to this Balaclava dude and play that in the background.
Well, no Ukraine needs all the meat it can get.
5.45. That's what it is.
2014 were yet another destabilization plot bred by the Western agencies. We know that a historical division between so-called Ukrainians and Russians that has existed from the end of World War II and before was exploited for multiple generations to fuel the Maidan coup and to create a disgusting group of Russia-hating neo-Nazis. We know that the United States...
Russian propaganda, I tell you, you have been brainwashed by Russian propaganda. There are no Nazis. They're just fans of nuts, as we call them here on the show.
Only the ones they applaud in the Canadian Parliament.
You know,
exactly. There's a 5.45 and 7.62 shell there. That's what that is.
All right, hold on. Let me get back to those photos here. Proof of one-man show. There we go. And now if I click here, and then we can keep scrolling. Oh no, that's it. That's the last photo. So that's all we've got with this set of photos from the camp. I've also got some videos. Let me see if I actually have that somewhere. Is that this? That might be this. No, this is the 44 mine that I've got. You also went to the 44 mine, I noticed that, and you'll tell us about that in a second. But how are you doing for battery?
17%.
All right, well, this is going to be a quick one. In case your battery goes out, I'm going to play that video to the end as the outro, and then I'm going to say bye, and then we'll catch up in text later. This is, I'm guessing, you in civilian life, eh?
Yeah, it's like a little dacha of a friend of Ludmilla and another guy, Bike, call sign Bike, that I was there. Oh, this is like a little detonator there.
It's a detonator?
This is like, well, that's just an LED, but then if it continues here, it should show. That's like imagine that was a like an RPG round or something like that, or some kind of other, not an RPG round because that's on impact, but actually like some type of just any other type of explosive, and you would use an electro detonator. And then you have some copper wire, and when you smash the FPV, the copper wire.
So those copper wires that we see in the FPV shots are actually triggers, and they're based on contact. Like when the two copper wires touch, it explodes.
Yeah. Yep. It'll trigger an electro detonator. You just need a small voltage and to trigger the electro detonator, and boom.
And so basically, when you're setting this up and you're about to set it off, so to say, it's like if the wind blows really hard or a branch falls on that detonator, you're gone, basically, yeah.
Yeah. That's what I said. I haven't actually done like one with the fully live explosive on it, but that's what I was thinking. That same thing. I was like, man, I'm not exactly super anxious to handle this.
Gives a whole new appreciation to like the FPV pilot thing, because like most people have a view of like the FPV pilots are just sitting in the back and like they're assholes who like kill lots and lots of people and they're not in the danger zone. But when you put it this way, it takes a bit of gonads to like take a live charge and handle it.
Yeah, and actually, the drone operation is very dangerous as well, because as you know better than a lot of people, maybe some of the people who aren't, like you said, FPV nerds or drone nerds, those signals, I mean, you can easily find them and see them, and drone operators are high value targets. So number one, your high value targets. Number two, like you said, the signals are easy to triangulate, and other than that, the drones by themselves. Like I was a drone pilot before they were weapons, and they were weapons before they were weapons, in the sense that like a 7-kilo drone that like has carbon fiber propellers that are spinning at like retarded speeds. If it falls on you, it's probably gonna kill you one way or another. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So just handling it and all that, I'm trying to say, is dangerous and takes a lot of know-how. So, like, kudos to you for choosing that. Let's get some video here of that cat. We're low on the memes. I feel like we need a meme here soon. You look like Osama bin Laden there, man. You look fully Osama bin. You look like a Chechen Osama bin Laden. I said it's a comedy show.
I don't look like a fat American.
I don't think you're in danger of looking like a fat American. This is the like primitive Russian army heating itself with wood, yeah? Because it's primitive.
Yeah.
And where is this?
This is like downtown Donetsk.
Oh, all right. That's a good segue to those other pictures. Let me choose this. No. This? Yes. And then we can where are the memes? No. Okay, we'll put that up there, and then we need to go here and Alex, and then we go personal, and when we go DNR, and then we go here, let's say. And then we do this. Sorry to keep you waiting, everyone. This is a one-man show. As everybody knows, like, share, subscribe. Maybe I'll get somebody, a producer. Right? Anyway, this is you in Donetsk at the monument of the Marines.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what that monument is, to be honest. It's at the and I forget this word all the time. Naberezhnaya, basically the embankment. It's there's like that lake there, and you can walk all around the lake. They have a lot of different little monuments there. I'm bad about that. I take pictures everywhere and don't remember exactly what the monuments are.
How long did you stay in Donetsk? This is the monument to the heroes, Eternal Flames. Yeah.
I was there 1.5 months. I stayed there 1.5 months.
In Donetsk itself, huh?
Yes.
And this is what church?
The same actually hostel that Tihas stayed at. God bless his soul. The Red
this
Cat.
You're saying?
What's that?
Which hostel? Where?
It's called the Red Cat.
Oh, you're saying I thought one of the pictures. But yeah. I've heard of the Red Cat. I was supposed to stay there as well. As you may remember / know, I also went to Donetsk. Stay a little shorter than you, just the 10 days. But maybe I'll make a documentary about it eventually. This is at the 4-4 mine, which is. You want to tell people what the 4-4 mine is?
Yeah, that one I remember. That's when the Nazis, they were throwing men, women, children, everybody into the mine shaft. Just really kind of I don't know to call it harrowing, but just a somber experience to go where that occurred to. I didn't ever know about it as an American, of course. But it's interesting there because nobody forgets these kind of things.
I've got footage here that I filmed at the 4-4 mine when I was there with Texas 2 years ago now. Let's see if I can skip through some of this. And the crazy thing about this, I'm sure you'll attest to it, is driving by, you'd never know it was there, basically.
Yeah.
And the even funnier thing that Texas drew my attention to, this is Donetsk, by the way, for people who might not know. Let me go a little faster because we're short on time. And there is the monument. And these are two actual shafts where, if I'm not mistaken, is it like 65? It's there on the sign. Hold on, let me see where that thing is. If we do this, we can do this. There we go. 75,000 people were identified. 75,000 people were identified, mostly Jews and obviously Russians. No, not this one. Where is it? It's this one. So the 4-4 mine, very interesting story. And like
Yeah,
you said,
definitely look that up. Look that up, people. There's a guy too, and I forget his name because I'm the worst. But there was one guy there who they threw him in, and he clung to the side, and he actually was able to climb out, and he survived that. So it's a really interesting piece of history there.
I'm trying to get the shot where Texas is in it as well, as homage of sorts to him, but it looks like I was too artsy with my shots. Oh, there it is. There's Texas. God rest his soul.
Yeah.
All right. Now, this is you with his widow Ludmilla. What? I don't know what happened there. This is you with his widow Ludmilla. Are you running out of battery, or are you being called?
No. I'm gonna see if I have my my charger. No, this stupid power block won't charge. I don't know what's wrong with it.
Don't worry about it. We are how many? 30 minutes in? 30 minutes is all right. How are you doing for battery?
It says 8%. I'm gonna plug in and see if I got any at all.
I just want to remind everyone we're not eligible for monetization here, by the way. And I want to pop this up. Everybody has heard of the new hazelnut. How do you feel about the hazelnut thing?
I'm actually not familiar. What is it?
The Oreshnik missile.
Oreshnik. Oh man, yeah, that's no, I was super excited to see that. Yeah, no, it's really cool to actually be kind of a part of that side. First time in history, thing like that's ever been fired. That video was just pretty crazy. And I think it's stupid how they keep saying that Russia's escalated. They drive me crazy. The West and their news and their narratives, they just piss me off. That's why I'm here. I wanted to fight against all their bullshit.
Everybody's doing their little part. I want to share this one. I went looking for that original post of yours on Putinger's channel. I came across this, which was also shared then, as in 2023. Battery and CPU sections and limb actuators, just FYI, never know when it might be useful. We thought it was a joke. Now you're actually going up against these robot dogs. How do you feel about the fact that modern warfare or warfare in general has become so roboticized?
I don't know, man. I mean, I think it kind of sucks because it's it doesn't matter how good you are, it doesn't matter how trained you are. It's man versus machine. The machine always has an edge. It's just it's terrible. I mean, I think maybe in the future someday it's just going to be the robots fighting the robots, but it's terrible. I mean, I want Russia to get a good victory, not a stupid peace deal. I want them to get all of the regions that they should deserve, all the way to Odessa, Kharkov, everywhere like that. But man, a lot of people dying on both sides. A lot of people from Ukraine yanked off the street and don't want to fight and end up dead anyway. It's just a sad situation, and it's all driven by the greedy bastards in the West, Nazis, New World Order, whatever you want to call it. But fuck those guys.
Yeah, I have no idea what he's talking about. It could be all jokes and comedy that he hears the train stations that he visits.
Yeah, I don't want to get you canceled, man. I'm sorry.
But if the last video doesn't get me canceled, I don't think this one will. But that's basically how it is every video. So you know what I mean. It is what it is. Everybody's doing their part. Are you looking forward to seeing your first Ukrainian washing machine so that you can steal it and make Russian weapons?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, 100%. That's the first thing I'm gonna steal. I wash all my clothes by hand. Actually, we have washing machines here in this camp. Believe it or not, maybe we stole them. I don't know.
Is there anything? How's your battery doing? That's the limiting factor of the stock. If
I wish it was better. I wish there was something I could do, but I don't know why.
Listen, you told me off cam that you've got an iPhone, and I know iPhones will run out from 40 to 4 in 2 hours, and then the last 4 will last 45 minutes. You know what I mean? So iPhones. iPhones are weird like that. They might surprise you sometimes. But the point is there anything that you want to get across to people before you're cut off by your battery, or we call this the end of this talk?
I don't know. A lot of the reason why I came here is because, and you see that video I made was I was trying to do everything I could to be part of the information war, and I feel like people are set in their ways, but I would encourage people just try to speak out more. Try to, if you're in one of those areas that's super anti-Russian, do what you can to try to, it's only hurting those countries. It's only hurting Europe. It's only hurting USA, to all of the sanctions, all the nonsense. So don't be afraid to speak out. But then again, I can understand if you are, because like it costed me at the end of the day my job, and I understand everybody can't take that risk, and of course everybody can't go as extreme as coming and join the whole army. But if you're on the fence about maybe you want to move to Russia, maybe you don't, definitely come visit. Definitely come consider that Russia's awesome place, awesome people. And
how did you make it logistically from the States to Russia? Like where you flew via where? How was that? Was that difficult? Oh, is that the end of that? Did you get cut off? Are you there? You got cut off. I think that was the end of that. Let me put myself here, and then we will get to that Balaclava recording and play it. And here you go, guys. This is a message. Great, the end of it.
Then along came Putin to expel all of the looters. This is why they hate Putin so much. We know that the West is trying to divide your country so it can be destroyed from the inside, just like what you see happening in the United States. Currently, the United States has so many internal arguments and problems that it's basically impossible for us to unite and rebel against our corrupt regime. In the United States, they frequently exploit the racial divide mixed with the political divide to accomplish their goals and distract us from their foreign conquest.
Comedy gold, I tell you.
Living. This is why we see the Western media pushing the idea that Russian minorities are dying more than Muscovites. They want to try and spark rebellion from your independent republics. Do not allow this to happen. You are far stronger together than internally divided, and like incessant pests from every side, the West is trying to infiltrate and weaken your country. Make no mistake, there's nothing to be trusted from the West, and you must unite to become the strongest nation possible. Take, for example, the rapper Morgenstern. He was an attempt to bring Western-style degeneracy and gender fluidity to your country. Where did he go as soon as the operation started? Israel. He was obviously a foreign agent. It's okay to turn up and have fun sometimes, but make sure the youth stay vigilant and protect their minds from Western-style degeneracy and rampant drug use. Years of disgusting nonsense from Hollywood and hip-hop have destroyed our youth in the United States, possibly past the point of no return. Do not follow suit. Many of us Americans stand up for Russia when and where it is possible, but many of our fellow countrymen are so brainwashed and full of Russophobia that there's little point in trying to convince them of anything. We know that Russia stealing children is complete nonsense, and we know that no one is raping children. These are the same recycled lies they used about Gaddafi's troops because they have sick and perverted dreams about the same thing happening to Putin. Protect and defend your president at all costs. We know that Putin is the savior of modern Russia, and Russia is the savior of the world. Putin is the greatest leader of the 21st century. Russia and her allies are the last bastion against total degeneracy and Satanism. We know that your military is being as gentle as possible to preserve as much civilian life and infrastructure as they can, no matter what our lying fake news media reports. God bless your heroic servicemen. We love to see them honored, and we love to see anyone who disparages them receive a severe punishment. Keep up the great work. There are many of us who have delved deep down the rabbit hole and followed all of the sick and disgusting lies about what is going on. We know the Nazi battalions have been hiding in public infrastructure and using civilian shields like disgusting cowards from the very beginning. We see the pictures in the video our media refuses to show us. We know that the United States is a nation in decline. Your country has many problems, but slowly and surely your issues will improve as Russia enters the new age of prosperity. Do not be fooled by the illusion of freedom and wealth in the United States. The wealth and freedom is all a borrowed illusion, and it's only a matter of time. We know that the sanctions are the cause for many of our problems, and it is not your fault. It's not Putin's fault. We know this. If you're an American and you're still listening, it's time we start speaking out. We need to organize protests. Even if you aren't as radical about supporting Russia as I am, it's obvious to see that fighting them or trying to destroy Russia is the furthest thing from our best interest. Look at Europe and the other small nations. We're supposed to be the land of the free and the home of the brave, yet we're sitting around complacent as some sick group of Satanist psychos is pushing our once great nation down the path of destruction, all over a bloodlust for Russia. We may be a small number, relatively speaking, but we are everywhere. From the largest corporations to the State Department, to our critical infrastructure and the smallest companies, I assure you Russia has many friends in the West. Russians, continue to raise your men as warriors and never stop encouraging and protecting the femininity of women. Continue to focus on physical fitness and combat skills from a young age, because even after Russia is successful in Ukraine, the West will not stop trying to destroy you. The globalist cabal is obsessed with looting your great nation and attempting to destroy the Russian soul. For the Russian soul cannot be bought or corrupted, and patriotism is instilled in you from birth to death through thousands of years of rich and honorable history. We love you, and we are with you. We are waiting. If there's ever a moment when Russia is facing defeat, we hope that your officials will nuke the Earth so hard it drifts out of orbit and into the sun, for there's no need for a world without Mother Russia. За правда. Работайте, братья.
All right. And that'll be the 200th episode. I've got one last meme here. Let me see if I can pop that up just to check which one of you actually stayed to the end. And let me play some music here. And here we go. Where is TV plus me? That's a rare one. American citizens. Best we can do. Start World War III. Alright, everyone. Hope you enjoyed that. I'll let you know when we'll be doing another one with Alex. See you soon.